Bakers Connect. This is Tip Tuesday Live. So I'm going to go over what we covered last episode. We talked about when your brand is going in too many directions and how to declutter the brand. So we went over clarity, which is your core idea, love your brand, your audience, research your audience, your ideas, your timeline, and what is your why. So hopefully you guys took note from the last episode and discovered what your why was and how to decode your brand and to just focus on one thing and then move forward. So today we're going over branding versus brand identity. To some, it's simple, right? But let's break this down a bit. So your brand is how you perceive the company. So for example, how you feel about a company. Let's use, my favorite is Publix, but let's use Chick-fil-A for instance. When you think of Chick-fil-A, you think of customer service, they're so polite, and it's like, how do they keep it consistent? It doesn't matter what Chick-fil-A you go to, where it is, even the airport. They're courteous, they're polite. That is the definition of a brand. Now, branding would be the action you take to build a certain image. So the awareness you build, the reputation around the company and its product and service. So example, Publix is shopping is a pleasure, is what you think of. For my Florida folks that live down south in Georgia, you know a Publix. When you walk into Publix and how you feel about Publix, it's bright. It says, come shop, come spend your money, and shopping is a pleasure. If you ask for assistance, they're like, no problem, ma'am. Let me walk you over and show you. And if they don't have the item you need, they'll order it for you. Now, I don't know where you guys shop, but I prefer Publix because they cater to my needs. They're very warming as soon as you walk in. Even if they're talking to someone, they'll excuse them and be like, welcome. So that would be the branding example. Now, the brand identity would be the collection of tangible brand elements to create one. So, meaning the logo, the typographic, the voice, that we can use like a Pepsi commercial. When you see it, it's bright, it's vibrant. You think of the logo sticks with you. Like, so when you see the logo, you know what it is. It gives you that feeling. It gives you a sense of home when you grew up. That would be your brand identity. So everyone thinks, oh, I just get a logo and that's it. And that's not the case. It's more to it than just that. You can just get a logo, but it goes into the color and they put certain things to provoke how you're feeling and to give you something to remember, because a lot of things are word of mouth. And just like how we're building our businesses, it's word of mouth. So if you give that customer a sense of warmness when they talk about your company, it would be great and positive things. Whereas if you had a bad experience somewhere, you'll be like, oh girl, don't go there. You're building your brand, and the idea is that you can deliberate, to make sure everything is okay, that what are you contributing overall to your brand. Your brand should be you. You should be your brand as you're walking, you're talking, you're out and about. Wear something that expresses your brand. How you put your pictures or how your page is set up, it should reap your brand. It should show what you're feeling, what it's about. It shouldn't be too cluttery, as we talked about it. It should be, what feeling are you trying to give someone? So with the companies you guys have and everything you're doing, what's the branding to you? What is it to you? Anybody? No? Nobody has anything to say? Okay. This is going smooth, you guys. Okay, so when building your branding content, what to consider is the content should teach, drive traffic or sales, and once that's understood, it'd be easier for you to get the photograph and the voice and all that into play. So once you can figure out the direction it's going and what you want it to perceive, and then that's how you can move forward with that.
Toya Renee said it's hard for me to separate both. So the brand and then the brand identity.
The branding is how people perceive your company, and the identity is your logos, the colors, and what you're putting out there. So the red foundation is the company, but the brand of it is how the students, the parents, everybody feels about the feeling they get from the red foundation. Now the identity of it would be when you put something up that represents the red foundation, I connect to it. I know that's what it is without someone saying anything to me. Did that clarify that?
She said, hold on, I'll explain, but go ahead.
Oh,
Keep going.
okay. So that should be, I'm hoping that's, I answered it, but that's how you would separate it. The brand is how you feel about something. So let's say, for example, IKEA. IKEA is known for, it's affordable, it's a DIY company, but when you go into it, you know you're gonna get what you're looking for, and you don't have a problem with putting it together. Now the brand identity of IKEA would be the blue and the yellow of the bright color. So now when you see it, you automatically know, I'm gonna get a deal when I go to IKEA. IKEA is gonna give me what I need because they built that within, I don't think I've ever seen a commercial for IKEA. But that would be based off word of mouth or on an ad while you're on the computer. We're visual, so it's something to catch the attention of the consumer that says, yes. Now, if you look over the period of IKEA, they've changed their appearance of the logo. It used to be like brown and a red. Now, all these colors evoke an emotion out of you. So the bright yellow is happy, and the blue, it triggers, that's what it is and what's going on. So that would be the brand identity and then the brand of it. Did that answer the question of the difference between brand and brand identity?
It's hard for me to brand my business when my target market is children. Brand is childcare in a sense, but when adults see the business, there's no real connection.
Okay. The connection would be your target market is the children, but you need their parents. So when you're branding it, you have to show how it's beneficial to them. So yes, the target is the kids, but you need to be branding to the parents. So if the program is an after school program, so say if you're doing, let's say if you did a commercial, it would be, you know, you come from work, you're having a long day, you have to pick up the kids from aftercare, but hey, there's this program that can assist to do the basic things that you need to take the load off your shoulder. Here at the Red Foundation, we provide that way.
She said, gotcha.
Okay, so that's how you would target to that. So I just want us to be clear, we understand the difference between branding versus brand identity. So it's how you feel, whether what's perceived, right? So that's, I mean, this Tip Tuesday wasn't going to be long, you guys. I just wanted to be able to go over that to make that clear. Does anybody have any questions? Any feedback? Do you understand? Do you see how you can implement that into your current day-to-day, into your business? And to understanding that it's not just a logo when I'm just putting up pictures. It's more to it. So I'm just going to give you guys a second if you have any questions to let that come in. In the meantime, I hope you guys got your drinks.
Stella Pearl Designs is here.
Hey, Stella. So if you're just chiming in, you guys, go ahead and hit the arrow button and share this live so someone else can get the information. We're going over branding versus brand identity. Okay, so also, when you're building content, you want to provide value. If it makes someone laugh, if it's teachable, it has value. If it brings the news, you want to also steer away from you're just doing things for clickbaits because that's kind of what's popping right now. So you're just doing it. You want to really put thought into your brand because it's a reflection of you. answer questions. Make sure that they're not confused when they're seeing your company or what it is you offer. That you have so much going on that I really don't know what I came to your page to find, because there's so many different items. You kind of just want to focus on that and make it clean, clear, and crisp. Whereas when you go down the bread aisle, you see how it's so many different options, but you know what it is. Like, you know what you're going for. You have your wheat, your rye, the different types, but you know exactly what it is. Be unique. What's the perspective you give? What's your niche? The content that stands out and the difference, not the same old, something that makes you you, for you to know that, hey, this is such and such, or this is Edible Delights, or whatever it is. Be easy to relate to. Whether it's a funny video or a car cleaning service, whatever it is, you want to make sure someone is easy to relate to what you have going on. Be visual. Sorry, guys. Be vibrant, intriguing, the photo that catch someone's eye. It's okay to take your time to take a photo of what you did, your work. I know when we're baking and when we're done, we're so excited about the final product that you're so caught up in doing it, you just take any type of photo. But it's okay to take a minute, take a step back, set up the area, put the photo, and make sure it's a clean, crisp photo, so that way it can represent what you've done. Have variety. Be entertaining. Be inspiring. Be scannable. Break up all your content into easily digestible pieces with images, headings, bullet points, etc. Have an intriguing title. Be shareable, be compatible. And that's brand.
Expound on being scannable. What does that mean? If I go to, a website, what does that mean when you say make sure your page is scannable?
So you break up your content easily. So you know how when you go into a website and you're shopping and you know what you're looking for. Everything is set up. It has the shoe section, shirts. Everything is not just mumble jumble into one section. So that way you're not caught up. You know how sometimes you go to a site and you're like, I don't know what's going on, so I'm done with it. And then you go to a site that you know, maybe like a Macy's or a Victoria's Secret or Amazon. You know what you're looking for. It's not just a bunch of clutter. It needs to be clear. It needs to be precise. I need to know what this is. So you wouldn't go to, let's say, a Nike site for things you can find at Joann's or Hobby Lobby. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know what it is that you're going for to that site. So you want to make sure that the content and the images is clear.
So give a little set, easily filtered. You want to make sure it's easily filtered.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, easily filtered. That works. So that would be the difference between branding and versus brand identity. I know it may seem like, oh, it's nothing, but it really is a big deal. You want to make sure everything is clean, crisp, precise, and I can see what it is that you're offering and how to relate to your brand. Because sometimes we're scanning through things and you're like, it looked like you took this picture in a closet. And then you see someone else, the lighting is amazing and it catches your eye. You have to ask yourself, what makes you click on other people's posts?
Jelena's here, I'm sorry.
Hi, Jelena. So have that same energy. So when you're scanning and after you're doing whatever you're doing on social media, what intrigues you? What makes you want to click on somebody else's post? What makes you want to, oh, well, let me look. And then an hour later, you just went through their entire page. That's the feeling you want to have when it comes to your work and your product, that visual. We do have a meetup with the HBIC tour in April. You can go on my site or Yes Ma'am More Cake, well, Yes Ma'am YM. I'm sorry, morecakeym.com to get your tickets for that meetup. We're going skydiving, so y'all pray for me. And also the Bakers Connect Talk Derby to Me is September 28th. that is here in Orlando. Also, that is available once you click the link in the bio. Also, you guys, subscribe to my YouTube, which is on Bakers Connect. I'm shooting for 100 subscribers.
morecakym.com.
Yes, morecakym.com. I'm shooting for more subscribers. So once we're done here, you guys like, share, repost, but subscribe to my channel because I need the subscribers, you guys. And leave comments, any questions, any things you guys want to go over that I may not have gone over yet. Go ahead and leave those topics for me as well, and we can discuss them. So if anybody doesn't have anything else to say, good night, you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes. Any questions, concerns? Did anybody apply what we discussed last week already? Did it work?
Toya says she gets it now.
Okay,
And Give a Little said you did a great job explaining it.
awesome. Well, good night, you all. This is episode 2 of Tip Tuesday Live of Branding versus Brand Identity.
See you next week.